What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Onney the CEO, and I'm bringing you another week, another fire segment of Outside the Box with Onney. Now, tonight's guest is very near and dear to my heart. You know, some people you meet, they become associates, and some friends that you have become family. Well, this particular friend is family to me, but she is a mogul in her own right. So I need you guys to buckle up your seatbelts because you're now plugged in, tuned in, and tapped in to Outside the Box. Thanks for joining us for another week. Now, I am so super excited to have my dear friend on the couch with me finally. I've been doing this thing for 6 years and have not been able to get her in here, but I got her in here tonight. So without further ado, I want you guys to give a warm welcome for Yolanda Smith. Hey, friend, hey.
Hey.
You know, sometimes people think, oh, she just got on the show because that's her friend. Oh, no, baby. No, baby. I've been begging for you to be on this couch because you have done so much, and you're such a behind-the-scenes private person. A lot of people probably are familiar with your work and don't even know that it's your work. So without me putting the wagon before the horse, I want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself and tell the world a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, that's a big question. I think for this conversation, a lot of people have put the title of celebrity photographer, but I'm just Yolanda. Yolanda Smith, the friend of Onney's that has had the opportunity and the privilege of shooting some pretty dope people.
Yeah, you definitely have. I mean, you've introduced me to some pretty dope people. I've ended up in some pretty dope rooms because of you.
Yes, we have.
Shout out to my girl, Yolanda. Hey, I know Mama proud right now. She cutting up on the couch. Hey, girl, hey. So how long have you actually been in photography business?
I would say probably 20 years.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't really mark time. Sometimes I look back and be like, dang, it's been that long. But I think I was always interested in the camera. So
now, when people think of photography, they think of glamour shots. But what you do is not that type of photography. You actually capture the moment in the imagery. You've had, you've been able to work with some of the amazing greats. Thanks to you, I even met Trey Songz. So you've worked with Trey Songz. You've shot for Lil Kim, Arie, Genuine, Beyoncé. You the TGT tour with Tyrese, Genuine, and Tank, and so many more. Like literally, when I was going through some of your work, I'm like, man, the whole show gonna be a slideshow. So of course, I couldn't feature everything, but I did want to highlight, like, you have worked with some amazing artists, but your artistry alone is amazing.
Yeah.
So what made you want to pick up the camera in the first place?
I think it's the same reason today. You get to see more people smile and happy when you're behind the scenes opposed to being in front of the scenes. So, as a photographer, I think I just love making people smile. I love, capturing those moments, those storylines that, somebody might have forgot about 5 years ago. They're like, nah, I haven't shot that. But
well, let me ask it to you this way. What was your aha moment when you knew you can get paid to do it?
Essence.
Okay.
Essence. I got picked up at Essence, and I wasn't even really sure what Essence was. I didn't know because I come from the East Coast, And Jonathan Slocum was the first person that actually noticed my talent, and he hired me to be the photographer for him. And when I got to Essence, it was huge. It was big. It was like, celebrities falling out of the sky. It was great.
Yeah.
That was it.
And that just kind of opened up the doors for more opportunities and more networking to take place there. So that's dope. So once you started realizing that there was a demand for you, how did that change how you looked at it? Because, a lot of stuff that we find, we don't choose it, it chooses us. We do it because we love to do it.
Yeah.
But then there's a demand, and it goes from something that we just love to do to something that we're hired to do.
Right.
And so there's a thin line between doing it because you're passionate about it and doing it because now it's considered work. So I guess my question to you is, how did that change how you looked at photography? Do you still just do it for the love of it and not for the cost, the money?
It got hard. Yeah. It got hard because at first it's fun. It's picking up a camera, shooting, getting into like free events. But then when the phone calls come and they're a lot more serious, and they have deadlines, and they have photos that they legit have to capture, it becomes work because it's not just shooting. People see the event, but it's the post-production, the post-activity that comes after.
And not just that, you literally have to do the production in real time because I've been with you in Essence, and you have these memory cards, and it's like having to take the pictures, and there's somebody else that needs to still post them in real time. It's not like having a photographer to take pictures and you have to wait 3 to 7 days for your content. They want it right then, right now. So it's like seeing you just in your element, like you so focused. You be so lucky. I'm like, girl, just let me hold your bag. Because that's when you in your element. And that's so dope that we have that type of a friendship that can support each other in our own elements that.
Oh yeah.
And both can still grow from it. Like I learn from you still, and we have some of the most heartfelt conversations. So I love it. Now, I wanted to ask you, did you have any mentors on your journey?
Oh yeah, quite a few. Gus Bennett, Johnny Nunez,
Shout out to
Derek
Johnny
Blanks.
Nunez.
Derek Blanks. So I mean, those are probably my top
three. I actually met Derek Blanks through you. And he is so dope too. I know, hey Derek, this ain't about you, but I just had to give you flowers. His artistry is dope too. So hopefully one day I can have him on the couch with me too.
Oh yeah, all three of them are definitely different. They're unique. Derek Blanks has his unique style. Then it's Gus Bennett, which is more like on the art side, and then it's Johnny Nunez, who's been on award shows for his work in the hip hop culture.
He's still behind the scenes
he's
doing his thing.
Yeah,
definitely great people to have. Now that we've gotten a little bit out about Yolanda and what Yolanda does, because you also are educated, you in the career field, you've been in the military as well.
Air Force.
Air Force. So, you just so well rounded. How was that experience being, because I know what they say, those military kids, or if you're in the military, you have an opportunity to kind of move around and figure out where you want to be. How was your experience with being able to travel with your career in that era?
I mean, it was short, but I appreciate it because it gave me an opportunity to lay a foundation outside of photography, which keeps the lights on, which is in information technology and currently in the fintech world, in Wall Street and Bloomberg, and that's where I'm kind of at now. But I just think it laid the foundation to have financial security. For me. For me, it did.
We not no starving artists over here. Okay, that's what I tell people. I have a career outside of this hosting gig.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so that's dope. Now, you're from Philly.
Yep.
So what was the reason for relocating to Houston, Texas?
It probably started with the military, just wanting to, expand my horizon. I have a son. You know my son very well.
That's my son too.
Exactly.
Shout out to Ian.
Just wanted to give him a little bit more different exposure. Philadelphia is very, very small, and Texas at the time offered me a role and a position in the IT area, and I just, I want to come out here and see what it was going,
And it just grew from there.
Yeah.
And we still got you.
Yeah, you sure do.
Now, speaking of living life, like you're a mom, your grandmom, you're a woman first, but you lost your mom, but not only did you lose her at a young age, she was younger than we are when she passed.
Yeah.
How did you navigate that, trying to adapt?
That's hard. I think I still have moments where I'm kind of mourning because, I see my son in her, and just the fact that he didn't get the opportunity to meet the woman that made me the woman that I am is very impactful. And but I thank God, even though I didn't have as many years as a lot of people have had, I had the best years. I had the best mom. There's not a time that I look back and have any resentment towards God, because he could have gave me a mom that was going to last forever, but a bad mom. But she was a great mom, and so I just navigate through life and just think about the things that she taught me and treat people right. And, if they get out of line, Cynthia know what time it is. I'm going to do what I do.
And now, your son is an adult now, so we don't have kids anymore. We have adults and grandchildren. But as you were navigating through motherhood, what are some of the things that you took from what she instilled in you to raise your son?
First and foremost, that there's boundaries. I'm mom, your son. I've never placed my son on the same level as me. I know a lot of people say that their children are their best friends. In essence, they are your best friends, but there's a line that has to be drawn. So when it came to raising my son, I made sure that we created a healthy boundary so that we can,
keep
grow
the level
with him.
Of respect,
exactly.
But still have a good connection.
Absolutely.
That's so dope. Now you're now enjoying being a grandmother.
Yeah.
What's your nickname?
Yeah.
What they call you? My mom?
My mom. That's not my nickname. That's my grandmother name. But yeah, my mom.
Yeah.
That's a Philly thing, though.
Yeah.
Everybody, their grandmother, if you say, what's your grandmother name in Philly, they'll say, my mom.
I'm mama. My mom is mom.
Right.
And before my grandmother passed, she was Momo.
Okay, Momo.
So my kids call my mother mom.
Okay.
And they call me mama.
So in our case in Philly, it's mom. So
okay.
It's mom is like double mom. Mom.
Big mama. Y'all can just call me Big Mama. Know what I'm saying? So let's talk about friendships. And navigating that, because I'm such a girl's girl, and you have a relationship with my mom. You like her daughter now. She didn't pull you in. I couldn't get rid of you if I wanted to. So when we fight, we just gotta make up. That's just what it is.
Definitely.
But now certain things I want to go to and probably talk to my mom about. Do you have outlets, other than my mama, but do you have outlets that you or people that are supportive to you that can kind of bridge those gaps, or is that something that you have to navigate on your own?
No, we sitting right in front of one. My select people are who God sends to me. Like, I'm very selective, so it's not something like overnight. It's not like, oh, we got great chemistry, we're going to be the best of friends. It's truly like who God has put in front of you, and he reveals that's the person that you're supposed to communicate with. And not on everything. I always say have a circle of influence, and you have to have multiple circles of influence.
Yes.
And some of them are spiritual, some of them are financial, some of them are just casual friends, but your circle of influence is what makes you well-rounded,
right?
In my opinion, though.
Right. Now, as we've gotten older, even though our circle of influence, of meaning the people that we've influenced, have grown, the circle of accessibility and proximity have shrinked because on this journey, of course, we learn that everybody's not your friend, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm such a girl's girl that I don't really know how to deal with the mean girl, because I like to see everybody win, and that has kind of been my, you know, my kryptonite, so to speak, because I want to bring everybody with me.
Right.
And sometimes the people that I want to bring with me don't even want to see me there. So as you've navigated, how have you ever had to deal with friendship betrayal?
Oh, yeah.
And how did you navigate that?
It was painful because I love big. So, like, I'm very genuine. And sometimes I make mistakes. And I think I'm not going to not take accountability, because some friendships ended because of things I've done. So let's be straight about that. But when you lose somebody that you have a close relationship to and you didn't expect that to end, it hurts. It's like mourning a relationship.
It is.
It takes a minute.
I say that all the time because people put so much emphasis on romantic breakups, but they don't talk enough about friendship breakups, because sometimes friendship breakups hurt worse than romantic breakups. Because your friends are your secret keepers.
I was about to say that you share more with your friends than sometimes you
do with your partner.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, you go to your friends to talk about your partner sometimes. Like, girl, what you think about him, girl? You know. Hello. And so now your secret keeper is the person that's really the whole time plotting against you, or maybe, I don't know, sometimes they don't start out with the intention to plot against you. It happens, and you got to deal with the breakup of that, and you got to be okay with not having closure of that friendship as well. Like, I've had to deal with that, where I poured into people, and literally one of my girlfriends was like, I don't want to be your friend anymore because I think our friendship is fake.
Right.
And I didn't really know how to process that. I don't want to say that I was avoidant. I just want to say that I didn't chase. Because it was like, once somebody tell you they don't want to be your friend, what you supposed to do? Try to convince them that they should be?
No.
So I was hurt by that, because that was someone that I really loved, that I really poured into, that I really wanted to see win, and they really wasn't my friend. So I found myself in isolation. And I'm also at 46, realizing I had friendship PTSD. And because I've been burned by so many people that I loved, and I always say I've never been hurt by somebody I didn't love.
You do say that.
In other words, the only way you can hurt me is if I love you. And the only way for me to love you is for me to let you in and get close. And for you to hurt me after I let you in is a big thing. And so now I'm more selective about my friend groups. I don't even use the word friend loosely. This is my, my associate, or I just say this is such and such. I introduce somebody's name. I don't be like, oh, this is my friend such and such. Nah, this such and such, because I don't know yet.
Right.
So now that you've kind of grown through dealing with betrayal, you've dealt with industry, you've been in motherhood, you're in Houston, finally your family is starting to move down here. Ain't that great? Because for so long you didn't have any family here.
Just me and Ian, my son.
Yes, just you and your son. How was that?
I mean, it was great because we had a more intimate relationship. Even though you miss your family, it gave me a lot of opportunity to parent him. With the intimacy that we have now, and we just have a really great relationship.
You did an awesome job too, yo.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even lie to you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
Shout out to Ian.
Yeah, TT love you, baby. Yeah. So we're gonna just circle back to photography, because you're really in IT. That's the bread and butter. Right. But
fintech.
But photography can also be bread and butter.
Yeah, it can.
The bread can be really good.
Yeah,
and the butter be buttering. You know what I'm saying? Extra butter on the side.
Yeah, but some jobs don't like to pay.
Yeah, you know, and those okay. We can turn them down.
Yeah,
We at that point now.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
So, what advice could you give somebody that is looking to get into photography on that scale?
Find where you want to, because photography is so broad. It's not. I mean, while mine is in the entertainment industry, that's where it landed. But find what makes you happy. Where you can say this doesn't feel like work. It's something that's rewarding because. Everybody wants to be a photographer, and actually, you don't even need professional equipment to capture a moment for the most part. But I just say you be true to yourself. And go out there and don't be afraid.
Now let me ask you this, because now the AI, we're in the age of artificial intelligence, and people are now able to upload their face and create all these professional photo shoots. What does that look like for the photographers that depend on those clients? And now AI is reducing the need for professional photography. Where do you see that going?
I'm all for technology. I think the evolution of AI is not just taking over photography, but I feel, not everybody is technically, inclined to actually adapt with the AI functionality that's out here. Even though social media allows you to tap into some apps, nothing's going to take away from like this human touch of somebody kind of coaching you or helping you, pose or keep your hair straight when the production side of the house. So while AI has a place in the modern world, it can't take away the human touch. So I think some people are still going to kind of fall back on wanting their photographer there, because photographers make you feel comfortable.
It to be them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the lawyer.
I'm still old school. Like, I have yet to, and I'm not saying I won't. So I don't want nobody to come back and say, she said she don't use AI. Listen, I'm gonna figure out what Gemini doing. I don't know.
ChatGPT. That's my number one.
So I see people with the prompts and all that, but I have yet to use AI.
Okay.
I barely like to use filters.
Right.
Because I don't want people like, that is not her. That is so fake.
Right.
Everybody.
Y'all got a filter on me right now? Okay.
Everybody with AI pictures with their arms crossed like they angry. ChatGPT need a new prompt. Uncross them arms.
Right. That's because they're using the free functionalities of AI. There's, Leonardo, things that you have to, pay for to get more quality, or not just the, 3 templates that everybody's using out there. So, you got to invest in that a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I ain't trying to put you out of job or nothing, but I definitely want to learn what that AI talking about. I definitely do want to learn about that.
Okay.
So, what do we have to look forward to from Yolanda Smith?
The unexpected. I mean, I'm not traditional. I've always said that.
That's why you're on Outside the Box.
Yeah, I'm not traditional. God ordered my footsteps, and I believe He's going to continue to order my footsteps. My success is not something that I write myself. I allow God to give me the path, and typically it's every month there's something, a phone call, and I wanted to bring you and I with the P. Diddy situation. Do you remember that years ago? About, I think it was like 2018.
Was that when you had called me?
Yeah.
And I was supposed to go with you.
You supposed to go with me to P. Diddy party. It'd be situations like that.
And he
his house actually
from the airport. That's when Jimmy Foxx and all of them was there.
Everybody was there. But
so I was so mad I didn't make it to the party.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, 2020, I probably didn't need to be there.
Yeah, well, it was at his house.
Yes.
And, it was
so did you leave before or after the festival?
Hey, listen, I stayed. I'm not even gonna lie. I had an amazing time. P. Diddy is, despite what's
that was when I talked to Rick Ross on the phone, and he told me Happy New Year.
Drake, Beyonce, and Jay-Z pulled up on their little mopeds after. We had chicken and waffles. We were wearing Ciroc slippers.
Yeah, because he was passing out slippers to everybody that walked in the house. They were taking your shoes. And, man, I hated that. Matter of fact, you called me, I think it was a video chat or something like that, because I ended up talking to Rick Rose. Rick Rose, the boss. like I said, you introduced me to some of the coolest people.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Hart, everybody was there.
Everybody.
Jamie Foxx, everybody was there.
Yeah.
And I missed it.
Yeah.
I can't remember why I missed it.
It was nice. But it's opportunities like that. That I look back and I was like, because prior to coming in here, I was like, who do I, and I don't like the name drop, but who do I say that were like my aha? Diane Keaton, who just passed away, Bette Midler, George Clooney, Cicely Tyson, Michelle Obama. These are people that I've, had moments with that I look back and say, dang, you know what, God has been good. He's been good to me. My equipment is not as good as other people, but it's not even about the equipment. It's not even about, how good of a photographer you are. It's what, God has for you.
I was going to say that when God has something for you, it will not pass you by, even if you pass by it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It will keep coming up. You will keep finding yourself in rooms.
Yeah, absolutely.
For your purpose.
Yeah.
I always tell people I didn't choose Onney Studios. Onney Studios chose me.
Yeah.
I didn't really choose outside the box.
Yeah.
It chose me. It started out for me being a co-host on somebody else's podcast. And it has grown into being a whole studio for other podcasters to come and create. So when God has something for you,
and I'm so proud of you.
It will not pass you by.
So proud
Thank you. It will not pass you by even if you pass by it. And so, thank you for being proud of me. But I was just saying on my live, like, I really couldn't do what I'm doing without my Destiny Helpers, without my team, without the Mikes and the Jonas and the Jessies and the Donalds and, those guys that believe in the vision, and I finally gotten to the point where I have a team that I feel like I can grow with and I can sow into and I can risk it all for. I can be all in because I know that they see the vision and they understand the mission, and together we just making magic, but there's no I in team. It was definitely divinely guided. And I went through some losses. I even went through some employees, but in the process of that, I just stayed prayerful and I asked God to send me my destiny helpers.
Right.
Send the people that want to water the tree and not just grab the fruit, because guess what? If they're watering the tree, when the fruit comes, it's going to fall in their hand anyway.
Right.
The fruit won't miss them if they water in the tree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let the fruit miss them. It's just not in me to leave people behind,
Right.
And that's one of the things about me. Like, when I love you for life. It and even if I have to depart from you, doesn't change that I love you. It just means that I have to love you from over there. Because there's some people that I love that if I never speak to them again, it'll be a day too soon. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean I don't love them. It just means that loving them wasn't healthy for me.
That's deep. But when you were talking about relationships, I was just thinking to myself that some breakups are not permanent either. And while we lose people along the way, sometimes it's meant to have that space so that when it is time for y'all to come back together, so it's not always a permanent breakup, but you have to grow in between relationships because sometimes you're too close up on the picture and you can't see the full frame.
It is okay to outgrow your friends.
Yeah.
As you evolve in life, sometimes you align different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I no longer have the desire to be in the hookah spots.
Right.
I don't want to be somewhere where folks standing on furniture and it's a bunch of dudes standing along the wall smoking Newport shorts.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking nobody that want to do that.
Right.
That's just not what I want to do. That's not my idea of fun. That's not my idea of a good time to be common or easily accessible. My idea of a good time is a passport stamp. My idea of a good time is an experience I've never had. My idea of a good time is going to brunch to somewhere that's aesthetically pleasing. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the best food. I'm looking for not just great food, but a great experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's something that's Insta-worthy. Because it's like those chandeliers. Oh, it's an experience. So other than that, I can do everything else at home.
Yeah.
I can have the hookah, the bar, the TV, the music, everything is right there at Club Days.
We about the same.
At Club Days. So now, like, when I get out, I have less friends than I've had before, you know, and it's crazy because it took me to go through a season of lack, a season of loss, a season of grief, to kind of really be able to weed out who are my friends for real. When I stopped reaching out, did I ever hear back from them when I wasn't the one doing the calling?
Well, I got a couple of those stories.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, friends break up too, and it's okay. But identifying your friend circle is so important.
Yeah, it is.
Because sometimes we can mismanage our friend group. I got different friend groups. I got different friends for different things. You know,
that's that circle of influence.
Yeah, I got different. Like everybody ain't everybody.
But
and
show me your friends,
and I show you who you are.
Exactly.
I tell people,
or show you your future. One of the two. You know.
Yeah, because you're the top 5 people that you spend the most time with is a reflection of who you are.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be the exception to the rule.
Right.
You can't hang out with hoes and think that they're not gonna think you a hoe. It's just not what it is. It's almost like, okay, and then 2 friends, since y'all watching, stop pillow talking with your dude about your homegirls.
Well,
now you wondering why your man don't trust you when you go out with your friends, because you done told him all your friend business, and now he wondering why you want to hang out with this hoe. I'm just saying. So stop pillow talking about your friends and then smiling back in their face, because that means you're not their friend, and you need to cut it out, grow up. I see that happens a lot, you know.
I don't pillow talk.
I don't either. Like, I have this thing where I say I don't mix my men and my friends. And a lot of, you know, that was something I got from my mom long time ago. And she used to say, baby, you'll never see a bunch of chickens cackling in my kitchen when my man's home. And I didn't get it, because I always had a big friend group. Until I went through an experience where I was, you know, my 2 oldest boys' dad. I was married to him. He was in the military. And he introduced me to this female that was on their base or whatever. And I didn't have any friends or family. I was in San Diego. So I met the girl. I befriended the girl. And I always felt like something was off, but I was kind of naive too, because I was only 19 with 2 kids. Okay, so she came over. We were supposed to all go to the beach, but he was going to go with the guys, and me and her was going to go together, since it was very few females, you know, in their battalion or whatever. So I go in the shower, because she came without calling, and I hadn't finished taking my shower yet. I go in the shower. I come out the shower, and when I walk into the living room, it smelled like Badussy. Now I know what that smelled like. Okay. But I was like, did she just sleep with my husband in the living room while I was in the shower?
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so in hindsight, after certain things came out, I realized, yeah, that was very well a possibility. But my intuition was telling me, like, yeah, way before I knew.
That's
so deep. Then I understood what my mama said, don't mix your mans and your friends, because you'll end up on first 48 playing around with your friend and your man. You know, and then I've actually heard a female say, like, you know, oh, she pissed me off, I'll just screw her nigga. Like, no ma'am. I wouldn't even think about that. Like, it's 7.9 billion people in this world. Why would I want to mess with your man? Or why would I want to do something like that? You know, so being around those type of experiences has caused me to have friendship PTSD.
I can see that.
And then even in business, I get people, you know, they want to partner. Let's be a partner. Let's do a business together. No. Well, you want to create the idea and then give me the delegate the assignment to me for me to do the work, and then you take the credit because it was your idea while I did the work. So now I tell people all the time, I'm not looking for any more partnerships. If you want my services, just hire me. But we don't have to be a partner. This is how much I charge for this service. Just pay me my money. And what you make over that is on you. Because that way we don't have to worry about falling out over business. I used to be the type of woman that I wanted friends
Yeah.
to do business with. And I
Right.
realized that that's not smart either. You know,
Well-
friends and money is not a good combination.
You know,
Not if you're doing it with the expectation of getting it back. You're supposed to give from your overflow.
we always say there's a price for popularity,
Oh,
and
man.
that's your privacy.
I'm paying it.
You know, a lot of people want to be popular, but there's a price you have to pay. It's your privacy. It's, you know, having everybody in your business, and you never have that moment to like just self-care, you know, self-reflect. So for me, you were talking about what makes me happy. Honestly, when I'm home by myself,
Girl.
and there's nobody around, me and Alexa, and you know, I'm playing what I want to play,
Girl.
and I'm just enjoying life.
I
mean,
love being at home.
Yeah,
Man,
me too.
I love going home. I love opening my front door. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the peace. I love the quiet. I mean, I love when my kids come to visit too. But having that space that's just my own, where I can unplug from the world, is so important.
Yep.
Also, recognizing my friend group
Yeah.
also helps me to know that I'm aligning with people that I don't have to manage. I don't have to manage our friendship.
No.
If we go 2 weeks, 3 weeks without talking,
We just gonna pick up.
well, we left,
Where we
off.
left off,
I'm not gonna be like,
yeah.
oh, you acting funny. You ain't. Life is life for everybody. Okay. And if you feel some type of way because I haven't called you, that means you need to call me straight up. Because if I'm
Do a welfare check.
yeah,
you
do
know?
a welfare
Do
check.
a
I
welfare
might
check.
be folded up like a lawn chair, and you might not even know it because you thinking I'm acting funny.
Yeah.
You know, so the tough conversations are definitely needed in friendships. So I don't want to ramble on this conversation, but I'm definitely glad that you came and you let me dig
same
into your
here.
business a little bit, talk about
Okay.
your growth, talk about how you overcame grief, motherhood, military,
Yeah.
photography, just so many different topics we were able to cover just to give the world a peek of who you are.
Appreciate you.
And, you know, I always talk about you behind your back. I'm going to say that. I always talk about you behind your back.
Okay.
And what I tell people, and I'm going to tell it to you, you know, since we're here, Yolanda saved my life one year, you know. It was a time I was really sick. I was really ill. And you stepped up and did whatever needed to be done to save my life. And so I thank you for that.
Hey.
I thank you for that. A lot of people don't know that. You know, I was in hospital for like 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean,
God just placed
you
me
and
in
my
the right
mom,
place at the
I
right
had
time.
103 fever. Like I was in there shaking. I thought I was
Yeah.
on my deathbed.
Yeah.
You know.
I remember that.
So just seeing where we've come from, and that was back in 2013, I think.
We telling our age now.
Girl, yeah.
It was a minute.
But you know, just to know that what we've come from and what we've
Right.
been through, and how God placed certain people in your life, you know, for a reason. I'm just grateful that He chose me to be in your life, and He, you know, because we have some of the dopest conversations.
We do.
The dopest experiences.
we do. This is kind of odd sitting here, but
Yeah,
in front of the camera, I feel so stiff. I'm like, I'm sitting here
don't
like,
mess up your
you
mic.
know, it's okay. Let me get okay.
Okay, yeah,
Testing
yeah.
1, 2, 3.
And it's okay, but you know, I just, you know, some people, they love you in private.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
love you in private. They always want to tell you how much they love you in private, but I'm gonna tell you out loud, out
I
proud
appreciate
in
that.
public. I love you.
I appreciate
I your friendship.
that.
The good times and the bad times, because we had our share of bad times.
Yeah, we have.
We
We
did.
have. We
That's
have.
how you know who your friends are,
Right.
because we haven't not been through anything that did not help us grow to be better individuals for ourselves and other people.
You got to test that friendship every now and again.
Every now and then,
See
you know
how,
what I'm saying?
See how
See how
strong
solid
it
it is, you know?
Yeah,
Because some
yeah.
of these friendships are like
Yeah.
jailhouse toilet paper.
Well, you know, I wouldn't even be sitting here if we weren't cool. Cause
Yeah.
I don't do the spotlight.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't do these type of conversations, but you know, I've been telling you, I'm proud of you. You know, I know a lot about you that's behind the scenes and
that the world don't even know.
Like just walking through these walls and, you know, just seeing how everything that you've said, it manifests.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know a lot of people that talk the talk, but they don't produce.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you sit in front of somebody who talks and they produce, then that's the person that you want to keep around you, because they're actually going to motivate you. They're going to motivate you to not just be a talker. I tend to talk a lot, but
well, you do everything you say you're going to do too.
But I'm just glad, you know, that we had this opportunity. I don't know what this, you know, how this is going to look on film or anything like that, but it's etched in my heart that you took the time to want to, you know, bring me here on Onney Studios, these nice little fluffy pillows and everything. Make sure my mic is right.
Don't do me, friend.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I want to thank you, you know, because if I'm a summation of the 5 closest people, I know that if you winning, I'm next because of the proximity.
Mm-hmm.
So if the people around you are winning, don't be jealous. Don't feel like you're being left out, because if the person standing next to you is winning, clap for them, because that means you're next. You're next in line for that blessing. And so thank you so much, because you have aligned me in so many rooms where I've been blessed to make great connections. And it, you know, and I always tell you, Yolanda, you ain't even got to introduce me. Just get me in the room. I got it from there. I do the rest. Just put me in there. And I mean, from step and repeats to, you know, meeting the Braxton sisters and Nikki Murphy and, you know, just so many different people. Yeah. Prince's wife. Oh, my God.
Yes, it's been a lot. You know more than I know.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just so many people that, so many rooms you put me in where I was able to meet people and network with people and just, it got to the point where we had went to Essence one year, and I think, was it the BET Awards too? Well, I had went to the BET Awards. Anyway, it was 2 big events back to back, and Brandy and Ray J's mom was there, and Brandy was there.
Okay.
And we went to one big event, and then like a couple days later, we went to another big event, and we kept ended up in the same green rooms.
Okay.
And then finally, Brandy say, "Who are you? What do you do?" And I was like, "Well, I'm Onney." And at the time, I was like, I own Onney Publishing. I wasn't even into television and all that yet. I'm like, I'm Onney. But it was just because she had seen me so much, she was familiar with me, that she wanted to know who was I. And we ended up taking pictures, me and the mama and everybody.
I shouldn't even say this, but, you know, Onney used to walk up to people and say, "Google me." People be like,
and
what?
Still do?
Google me.
Shit, I earned these stripes, baby.
People be like, what? But I love it. It's the confidence. It's the confidence.
I still tell people that because, you know, people see me so one-dimensional.
Right.
And when they start asking me what I do for a living, it sounds like bragging. It sounds incredible.
Right.
It doesn't sound credible. So when I say Google me, it's like, nah, check the credits. Check the IMDb, you know what I'm saying? Check the stats, you know.
Well, I'm not as bold as you, but I do remember, you know, being at Essence, and one of the photographers, Gus Bennett, came up to me and he was like, "You a little timid, you a little shy." And I was like, I don't feel confident. And he was like, "If you're not supposed to be in this room, you wouldn't be in this room." And he said that, and it just registered. You are where you're supposed to be, no matter what. I mean, it took you guys forever to find, you know, probably some photos, or, you know, you asked me about websites. I don't have a business card. I don't have a website. I don't advertise, but the phone calls come, and they come, and they're not just, you know, just celebrities, they're friends, and I mean, it just feels good to be.
And I always say, you're only as good as your referrals, because I mean, how many Maybach commercials do you see?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How many Bentley commercials do you see? You're going to see a lot of Mazda and Ford commercials.
Right.
But Bentley don't have to advertise what a Bentley do. You know it's a Bentley when you get it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Yolanda Smith. YPS photos. When you get them things, you know they going to be fire.
I'm going to try.
So, yeah. So you ain't trying, you doing.
I think it's to the point where Oprah Winfrey said it. She said, it's not who you know. It's who knows you when you're not in the room. So, if I'm not in the room and my name comes up, I expect for at least 50% of the people to say, I know her. But, and that's the reversal way of thinking because, anybody can name drop, but it's not about the names you know. It's about the people who know you.
Right. And it's about experiences that you have with these people. Absolutely. Because a lot of people know of me, but a lot of people don't know me.
Right.
A lot of people don't even know my name is Lenora.
Uh-oh.
Name drop. Subtle name drop.
Government name.
But I'm just being honest. People know me as Onney the CEO. They don't really know me, And so saying you know me and knowing of me is two different things.
Yeah.
But to know me is to love me. So if you don't love me, that's the issue between you and God. Because I definitely love you and I want to see you all win. Just not at my expense anymore, okay? Boy. But yeah, speaking of that, I just want to thank you so much, for being a part of my journey, for letting me get in your business. For those that want to get in your business, you have Instagram page that people can find you on where they can kind of see.
It's boring. It's a boring page.
So you can go and see all her beautiful grandkids and her family. And every now and then she'll drop some professional photography, but she's very private about that. But yeah, you can find her on Instagram there. And then I want to remind you guys that we are on multiple platforms. You can find us everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher. We're everywhere. Third Coast TV. If you really like what you hear and you want to be able to join us on the visual, make sure you come over and join and subscribe to the YouTube page. Outside the Box with Onney. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that bell notification so you can be notified when we drop another segment. Now, if you like what you see and you want to be able to come and sit on the couch with me and let me get all in your business, we are now accepting applications for casting. Make sure you submit your EPK and your bio to otb.liveshow@gmail.com, and one of our casting directors will definitely reach back out to you to find out how we can get you on the show with me. If you have a voice or a message that you want to monetize or get heard, you yourself can become a podcast content creator. Be sure to go to www.onneystudios.com or give us a call at 346-491-5315. One of our administrators would love to speak with you about getting your podcast journey started today. The more the merrier. Check the referrals and Google Onney Studios because we are only as good as our referrals.
Oh, boy.
I want to thank you again, yo. I want to thank you again. So before we leave, before we cut these cameras off, if there's anything that you can say to your younger self, I want you to look into this camera and tell us what that would be.
Don't ever change. Because everything that I've done in life has made me who I am today. So I don't really have anything that I want to change about myself. Okay. That's it. Don't ever change. Stay true. I mean, just be true to who you are. That's it.
That's dope.
That's it.
I always tell people the only time I change is when I grow, baby.
Right.
And they don't call
it don't change for people.
Don't change for people. Yeah,
right.
Change for you. Yeah, that's the only change I want to see is me evolving into a better version than who I was yesterday.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
So on that note, I want to thank you guys for being plugged in, tuned in, and tapped in to Outside the Box. I'm your girl, Onney the CEO. See you next week, same time, same place.
Oh, boy.